Gentlemen, as you know, the Ultimate Warrior. Fuck it. It's publicly stated that. Damn it, who put that up? Is that $200 an hour?
Oh, man.
Welcome, everybody, to Juice Pro Wrestling, episode 33. Big shout-out to Mean Gene Okerlund for that old-school clip right there from SummerSlam 1989. Oh, man. I think that got famous off of Botchamania. It had to have.
It had to.
Yeah. Yeah. We
Just
all love
like-
Botchamania. Love it very much.
Jesus!
Jesus! With me tonight, as always, Sreten the Savage. What's up, Sreten?
I'm doing great.
He's not really doing great. He's having a miserable time, and he needs your support, people.
I sounded like a special effect on a soundboard.
Special ed effect.
I am here in studio.
Why is it so not authentic? We got a couple of special guests with us here today from the Guerrilla Publishing Group, based out of what, East Chicago?
East Chicago, Gary.
East Chicago, Gary.
Northwest
So,
Indiana.
Some region rats in the house. We got Ben Miller.
Hey, how's it going?
It's going good. And Julio, I don't want to butcher your last name, so
Oh, it's okay, man. Go ahead.
I can't.
Damn it. Guerra.
Guerra.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
I was going to
not
say Guerrero. Juventud.
Damn it.
Did
Not
you
breaking into cars, man.
Was he breaking in the cars?
That's what I heard. Like,
Probably when he was in the Mexicools. How bad was that? It's like, oh, you're Vince McMahon. We got 3 Mexicans. What kind of gimmick you want to give them? I don't know. Fuck it. Get them some riding lawnmowers and send them. Oh, Vinnie Mac.
that set us back like 100
Yes.
years.
Yeah. Rey Mysterio was just in the back shaking his head like, adios mio.
This wouldn't have happened if Eddie was still here.
Eddie. Yeah, so real quick, we'll go over a couple little news bits here in the pro wrestling world. You guys are big wrestling fans, right?
Yeah, definitely.
And we'll get into some of your projects you guys got coming up.
Cool.
Past, present, and future. All right. So some big news coming out of the weekend. David Arquette getting his jugular sliced in a death match. Needless to say, it was his last death match against one Nick Gage, who, from what I hear, I'm not a big fan or know much about this guy, but from what I've read, he's a pretty normal guy, regular. How would you say, a regular guy on the death match scene?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's probably the wrong idea to get involved in a match like that with a guy who was probably just thinking, oh, fuck this guy, he's an actor, I'm gonna cut him. And that's pretty much what happened. He got
I mean, I guess I don't understand why David Arquette's wrestling at all.
I don't either. It just popped up out of nowhere.
Like, I mean, and if he is like, why a death match? Like,
You know what? And I think, man, I could have swore, maybe, I don't want to say it because I might be wrong, but I thought Black Label had him out, but I'm probably wrong. So
Oh, it was Gladiator? So it was like after All In Weekend.
was it?
Yeah, he was
Okay.
out here. Cause he was
I
in
know
a
he was out
tag
here for
match
somebody.
against James Ellsworth.
Oh God,
Yeah, so that.
he's still around.
Or is he?
Yeah, no, he's still around. He's somehow everywhere because he doesn't sign contracts. They're like 1-day appearances, you know. He was at Bound for Glory with Impact.
Oh, yeah.
And then all of a sudden he was back helping Carmella secure the title or something, or Money in the Bank, whenever that was.
He's trying to be like Chris Jericho.
Yeah.
Just failing at it.
just without the talent.
Oh God, or the chin.
Oh.
I have no chin. So yeah, the David Arquette thing. It's think what you want, say what you want. It's pretty scary, kind of watching it and knowing, hey man, your jugular is getting sliced, or it has been sliced. You're bleeding profusely, and so he goes to cover the guy, trying to get the match over. And the guy kicks out. Can we get a what a dick?
Dedication.
Yeah, is there like a sample or something? Like, what a dick. That guy's a cock. So he kicks out, and needless to say, Arquette just gets up and walks out, like covers up the hole that's gushing blood, and gets some medical help. And I think he's fine now. But he kind of looks like a busted down CM Punk. Or is CM Punk just busted down too? So it's like, oh damn.
Shots fired.
Future tag team.
Oh man. I'm sorry, Phil. You're not a chick magnet anymore.
Oh.
You see what I did there? You like that? I like it a lot. Yeah, but all the tattoos, it kind of threw me off. Old Dewey.
Yeah, that's probably what was going on. The guy was just trying to finish off what the Ghostface couldn't do.
Yeah. Hey, he's a former WCW World Heavyweight Champion. My God. True story. Check it out. If you don't believe me, ask Vince Russo. Yeah, I don't know why he's back in wrestling. I'm looking forward to 8-Legged Freaks too.
8-Legged Freak starring Carrie Wurr.
Oh yeah, Carrie
Wurr. I hate that noise.
He loves the noise and all the boys.
Do you guys know who Carrie Wurr is?
No.
I think nobody listening right now knows who Carrie.
You ever watch Thinner? The movie?
Oh, yeah.
The gypsy lady that lifts her skirt up?
Yeah.
You remember her.
Oh yeah.
That's it.
All the blessings, all the fixins, all the drippings. Shout out to Carrie. Hey, Bubba. So moving on, we had Survivor Series and NXT Takeover happen this past weekend. NXT Takeover on Saturday night. What'd you guys think about that?
I didn't actually see Takeover. But
Really?
yeah.
Fucking Ben, you're slacking.
No, I am.
It was great. I made the mistake and watched it before Survivor Series. Like literally watched it right before Survivor Series.
Ooh.
Yeah, so that
So were you busy on something on Saturday?
yeah, I was at Reggie's watching
yeah.
bands.
Oh, who was at Reggie's?
Cahoon Bay, Lights Over Bridgeport.
Oh, really? Yeah, I know. My drummer Brad from Handsome Prick is buddies with those dudes.
Oh, okay.
One of the guys, at least.
Nice.
We seen them up at Franklin House, I believe.
Okay, yeah.
couple
I think
years
they're
ago.
from the area.
Yeah.
So heard good things.
Shout out everywhere.
It was good. Velveteen Dream, I think, stole the show, man.
Yeah, dude, that was the best. Coming out dressed in the NWO Hollywood.
Oh, yeah.
He had the NWO shirt that was what's OVA, and it says what underneath? It's like the Dream or something like that. Dream over, or I don't know.
Perfect.
Yeah, he looked awesome, dude. He had the tights that had like the lightning, the old Hollywood Hogan, but it was like purple and shit.
His boots, too.
Yeah, his boots. He had it was so spot on. And during the match, he hulked up. He was doing all the Hogan moves and stuff, and then of course that phenomenal elbow drop that he has.
Oh, yeah.
I think him and Kyrie Sane might be giving the Macho Man a run for his money. Yeah.
I love her elbow drop.
Dude, it's crazy, man.
Yeah.
How it's like a wind up and like almost like a sit down by the time she gets down to you and drops
yeah.
it. Yeah, it's pretty good. So Velveteen, you're the best, man. Don't ever go anywhere else. Stay in NXT.
Yeah, just
Because if you go up to the main roster, you won't be in the fourth member of New Day.
Your curse!
oh man.
If you don't believe us, ask Shinsuke
Or Ty Dillinger.
or Ty Dillinger or Asuka. Go ahead and Asuka.
Oh, that was a waste.
Yeah. let's give her the biggest or the longest winning streak in history since Bill Goldberg, even though his was probably just pieced together, you know. It was like, fuck it. Where's he at this week? 75? No, he's at 92. All right, we'll take it. Not wrestling any house shows.
We'll believe you.
Yeah, they didn't keep count. What's up, Joe Riley? So moving on in the NXT, what were some other matches? I kind of missed the actual War Games match.
Okay, that
I was falling asleep at that point. There was a lot of Stone Colds and RVD 420s going around, and I may have dozed off a little bit.
What we had, Alistair and
Aleister Black,
Gargano.
yeah, Giant Gargano. That was a good match.
Yeah.
Man, dude, there's some filthy kicks to the head.
Man.
That black mass is a dastardly move, dude.
And he ate those too. There was like no
yeah.
blocking. He just went for him.
Yeah, he ate him naked. There was no sauce, no ranch, no Western, no Italian. He just took that naked foot to the face.
That was a great match.
Yeah, good time. And Alistair ended up going over on him, didn't he? Yeah. So who knows what's next for one Johnny Wrestling. Yeah, you know.
I got scared for Roderick Strong for a minute because they had him do 2 tapings of 205 Live, and I'm like, please don't do this to Roderick.
Oh, yeah. Well, luckily they didn't. Yeah. He's Undisputed Era now, so that's good. Another match, the ladies' match. It was Kyrie Sane versus
Baszler.
Oh yeah, Shayna Baszler or Baszler, however you say it. Isn't she one of the 4 horsewomen?
Yes.
Yeah. She was. I mean, she had been.
Yeah, she had those
UFC
other
for a while.
Yeah, she had those other broads with her too. That really tall, lanky, blonde one.
She reminds me of a female Matt Riddle.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, her
she
name-
kind of looks like my buddy Ricky Potney.
Jasmine
R.I.P.
Duke is her
Yeah,
name.
yeah, Duke.
Jasmine.
She looked like a Duke.
I don't know what the other one's name is.
That's Roderick's wife.
Oh, her name is.
What was that again?
I think that's her name. Don't come beat me up, ladies. Yeah, so that Kyrie went over, right? Kyrie, or however you say it. Kyrie.
Shayna.
Oh yeah. She did.
She retained.
Yeah, whatever. There's a big influx of UFC people coming in pro wrestling. We'll have to do another episode on that. We tackled that one pretty early on, and looks like we got a little ahead of ourselves here. So we'll be back. Another match that really stood out for me was anybody? No, not
Choppa?
Oh yeah, Tommaso Ciampa. I don't like his theme music though.
It doesn't fit him.
No,
I
I
always
wish he
think
didn't
Taz
have
is
any
coming
theme
out.
music. Yeah, it does seem like Taz. Yeah. Who did Ciampa fight?
Velveteen.
Oh, that was Velveteen. Yeah. All right. I guess I didn't really pay much attention. It was good, but like I said, I was kind of partying, so it is what it is, and it was what it was, and forever will be. I couldn't stay awake for that last match, and I missed that crazy spot that Ricochet did off the top of the cage, like a reverse. We were talking before he hit the record button tonight. The 640, whatever roll or splash he does. And he did it backwards off the top of this cage. It's really insane. You guys can go on the network and check it out, or YouTube it. It's it was knuckin' futz.
Naked Fats.
Knuckin' futter. So moving on from NXT Takeover, because that's all I have to say about that. We get in the SummerSlam.
You mean Survivor Series?
Yeah, I was waiting for that.
was like,
It's like, wait.
It was like, wait a minute.
That was actually planned.
SummerSlam? Or...
It's wintertime, bro. Check it out. No, Survivor Series. And I wasn't looking forward to it, but it was Survivor Series being one of the big four of WWE's pay-per-views, along with WrestleMania, SummerSlam. That was my Hogan Superdome moment. And Royal Rumble, of course. So I'll watch those, and I'll go out of my way somewhat to talk about any one of the big four pay-per-views. If I had to give it an overall rating, I'd probably give it a 7 out of 10, which is pretty high for me for a WWE pay-per-view lately, because, man, I wouldn't wipe my ass with the last several I watched. Jesus Christ, it's been really bad. What do you guys think?
Lesnar versus Danielson, I thought was really good. Or Bryan Daniel.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Daniel Bryan.
There you go. I still refer to him. And Charlotte and Ronda.
Universe. Sorry, I had to. Charlotte and Ronda was really good. The Daniel Bryan Lesnar match almost put me back to sleep the first 10 minutes of it.
Oh, yeah.
Or it was like, what's the story going to be? Daniel Bryan's getting his ass kicked. He's the underdog. Is he going to come back? And he did. He landed a couple dirty knees to Brock, too. The long and short of it for me with Survivor Series was Raw won every single match.
Oh, yeah. It was a stroke show.
Yeah.
Like Crown Jewel.
I felt like that was like Vince saying, "You guys think SmackDown's better? Well,
Exactly.
Raw's better. Look, this is why."
Yeah, yeah,
We
that's-
don't know that this is pre-planned.
Right. Like, once again, it's Vince's vision, and it's nonsense anymore. Why? The storytelling on SmackDown, I think, is better, and that's not really saying much, because WWE as a whole, unless it's NXT, it's really pretty stinky.
I agree.
But yeah, at the Ronda Rousey match, getting to that, and we were talking too about before we recorded tonight how I was not on the Ronda bandwagon when she started off. I was actually really against it, and I've been thoroughly impressed with her progression. Do I think that she was deserving of the #1 spot in the PWI rankings for women this year? Not at all.
Wait, she got that?
She got #1.
For what?
Yeah. Turn up for what? Can you believe it? My #1 would have been Tessa Blanchard. I'm a huge
Oh,
Tessa.
hell yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I mean,
love
I
it.
guess what the thing with Ronda is, like, I mean, she's still better than most of the girls that the WWE has.
Right.
As far as in-ring work already, which is pretty sad.
Yeah.
Because they've been doing it for, however long, and she's already better than them. The moonwalk is not a moveset.
Yes, it is.
No,
When
it is
you
not.
Oh man, Carmella, yeah, dude, I don't care. I like it. I like me some Carmella, man. What's up with that? What's up with that? I thought their match was pretty damn, like, as far as a wrestling match goes, very mat based. There was very fluid motion with those two, like as far as the reversals and all the counters and everything. I was amazed. You know, I mean, I wanted to see Becky Lynch there. I wanted to see how that would have worked out against Ronda, but Charlotte kind of turning heel at the end and getting the DQ and caning the shit out of Ronda Rousey.
Oh, yeah, man.
It was probably like 20 cane lashes. Yeah. It was pretty bad. Did she get a chair on her too? Yeah, she put over
a chair. And
there was a botchamania moment. Just remember when she first went to put it on. She couldn't figure out how to get the chair on. It doesn't come with instructions. Hold up, let me dial up the network and see how it's done.
Beep, boop, boop, beep.
But and then she did the whatever that flip move she has.
Natural selection.
Selection
on the
chair or whatever. But I think that I mean, like, they saw a moment like to take this match and make it leading towards Mania, where it's going to be the 4 horsewomen versus the
4 horsewomen.
That's probably the setup. Yeah, I could see that. Which is, I guess it's cool. It's been in talks for a long time, but I'd like to see something else. You know, I heard too that AJ was supposed to go over Brock.
Oh, really?
That was the original plan.
Would have made sense.
Know. Yeah, get a redemption, then you're at 1-1.
Yeah.
You know, have a rubber match and let Brock go over. Much like back in the day when Hogan came back and fought Shawn Michaels. I think that was at a SummerSlam.
That's when he oversold everything.
Yeah. Well, the story was they were supposed to do 3 matches.
Yeah.
Like Shawn taking one, or Hogan taking the first one, Shawn taking the second, and then, you know, Hogan, of course, taking the third. But Hogan had supposedly agreed to it. And then, like, that day, he comes in, it's like, hey, brother, I'm not going down tonight. Like, thanks, Hogan.
Yeah.
And so Shawn got pissed and oversold the hell out of everything. And that was that match.
That was amazing.
The greatest SummerSlam match ever.
Yeah. And then Shawn came back with a shaved head. And I was like, who the fuck am I?
He really lost his smile.
Yeah, he lost more than that. Lost his damn follicles too.
You're not used to it yet?
No, I mean, I did see a funny meme. It's where after they won the match, it was like him and Trips in the corner, you know, kind of sitting down in the corner and like just like kind of happy they won. And someone took that picture and put it in a hot tub and it put brazzers on the bottom. You know? Because Shawn's got like this like, oh, it just came look on him. It was pretty filthy, but also hilarious. So getting back to Survivor Series, the Charlotte Ronda match was probably one of my favorite of the whole card. Mm-hmm. Daniel Bryan and Bork Laser. Bork Laser. Yeah, it ended up being good, but yeah, I didn't really care for it that much. The women's Survivor Series, traditional Survivor Series matchup was. This is the thing that fucks me up is I'm so used to tuning in at like 7 to 10 is your standard pay-per-view time. But WWE is like, oh, you got to watch the pre-show and add 2 more hours on, you know? And I totally forgot about it. So when I flipped it on at 7, they were already halfway through the freaking match, you know? Like, God damn it. And I wasn't really too worried about it anyway. You know, I didn't really care for anybody in that match. Nia Jax ends up going over being the sole survivor.
Yeah, that was stupid.
It was, but it made sense because she's got so much heat on her for breaking Becky Lynch's nose. Yeah. You know, so they want to try to get her over as much as possible because she's family to The Rock, man.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, for some reason, like, people don't notice that. I mean, she threw the slowest spear in the history of spears.
Oh, it was garbage.
Like,
it was Rudy Poo.
It was like, how, like, you could, like, your timing, like, is she ever going to get to the corner? Mm-hmm. You know? But,
she a big girl, take her some time to run, you know?
Yeah, but see, that's...
you guys heard her original theme music, right? They changed it. Did you know it was different?
No.
Let me cue those pipes up 1 second. I'm not a monster. Yeah, that's what it used to say.
You have that on your phone, don't you, Miller?
I do not.
That's not really what it says, but that's what I thought it said when she first came out. My buddy Ed's like, he's like, dude, it's not what they say. It's like, really? Because she's a big monster's bitch, man. Come on. It would have fit perfect, but, you know, whatever. Who am I to shame anyone?
Like, she always, like I'm really don't like Nia because she's always hurting people.
Oh yeah, do you see that meme too? It's like the Mortal Kombat challenge tower, and she's moving up the people that she's already busted up.
Yeah, it's like they book her to do like these big power moves, but she's not strong enough.
She's really big, real
do
hard, real stiff.
To do the big power moves, so she drops people a lot.
Yeah.
Like I don't know how many times she dropped Sasha Banks, and she can't weigh more than
Right.
like 95 pounds anyway.
Would you take that leg drop? All that stank coming down your face? Would you take it?
I would.
That is correct. So yeah, I didn't really care for that match. One that we were kind of talking about earlier was the 205 Live, the cruiserweight match. Buddy
match.
Murphy versus Mustafa Ali.
Yeah.
Very surprising match. Like nobody watches 205 Live. Let's just face it. Nobody does. You know, I mean, obviously there's that small division of nerds who do because you ain't got a job or whatever you got going on. But it's been pretty stanky, you know. And Triple H took control of the writing and he's trying to change it around. And I think he really had those dudes like, hey, man, go out there. And I personally thought that was the show stealer as far as matches go.
I mean, it was a great match.
It was pretty damn insane. Like, I didn't expect it coming from those guys, especially Buddy Murphy. You know, that's, what's her name, Alexa Bliss's ex?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That,
Buddy Murphy.
those bumps, man, were ridiculous. Like
Oh,
just
yeah.
throwing them off the top turnbuckle.
There
and-
was like 3 or 4 of those where Mustafa would be on the top and then Buddy Murphy just shoved him off. I mean, it looked pretty damn legit hard. And he goes into the barricade and he gets all crinkled up. You know?
Yeah.
You gotta straighten that boy out. He crinkled. Get those crinkles off.
It's horrible.
Yeah, but it was a good match. Buddy Murphy was the champ, I believe, and he ends up winning, going over. But by the end of the match, everybody was chanting 205, you know? So, hey, that's fucking awesome.
Maybe they'll get 10 more viewers.
Yeah. A tag match that I really didn't care for was The Bar versus AOP. They got Drake Maverick, a.k.a. Rockstar Spud, the GM of 205 Live, the Cruiserweight show, somehow managing 2 of the biggest guys on the Raw roster. Doesn't make sense. They got rid of precious fucking Paul Ellering for Rockstar Spud. I don't get it. Hopefully that was like a business thing where like Paul's like, hey, I can't do this anymore, or I don't want to travel.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that's what it was, and they just didn't write out because if you guys go back and listen to our managers episode, I believe that was episode 29.
Something like that.
Yeah, check out that Juice Pro Wrestling Vault. It's on YouTube and everywhere else. Paul was one of my favorite managers ever, so we kind of dived into him a little bit. Precious Paul, the Road Warriors, dude. Come on.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, man.
yeah.
Coming
Yeah.
out with the newspaper and shit.
Yeah, except for when he had that little fucking doll at Rocco or whatever. You remember that shit? They'd ride out on the bikes, the Harleys, looking all badass, and then here goes Paul Ellering with the fucking... It was the puppet. You know what I'm talking about? They found him in the rubble in Chicago in the streets, like the back streets. It's Rocco! Like the Goosebumps looking puppet or something.
It's like you can't.
Not living dummy.
Like you just,
yeah.
You just blame that on the 80s. Like sometimes in the 80s, it was just like.
I think that was the 90s, though. That was
Was it?
early 90s. There was a little bit of cheese that carried over from the 30s. It was a little cheesy, you know? It took the mid-90s to really kick shit in the nuts. So, yeah, I did not enjoy that match whatsoever. I think the only funny or entertaining spot was when Big Show grabs Rockstar Spud on the apron and he pisses himself.
Oh, yeah.
And you
Yeah.
can see he's like, at first I was like, what the fuck? He's going down by his dick and like touch. I was like, is he getting off on Big Show's big hands around his neck? And then you could tell he hit a button that triggered something and it looked like he pissed his pants.
Yeah.
But it was funny how like the bar and everybody just kind of stood around there looking like, what the fuck? You know, Cesaro's got his hand over his face. He's shaking his head like, what the hell's going on? And they tried to set up a distraction and it didn't work out. I think who won that match?
AOP.
Yeah.
Was it AOP?
Went over.
Yeah. Those guys are turds
Which-
too.
Yeah, that shouldn't have happened.
No.
Toka and Razor.
Yeah, it is. It is. Some
The
Ninja
damn
Turtle!
snapping turtle and werewolf.
Daddy? Damn, babies. TMNT, too, the secret of the juice. Yeah, so that match was kind of shitty. After that, we had What do we have?
The men's.
Yeah, the men's Survivor Series match. It was pretty good. It was pretty entertaining. Shane McMahon going buck nasty.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know why Shane McMahon. Like, he's rich, right? Like, why is he doing that?
I don't know either.
Like,
I don't get it.
There's no good. Is he just like gonna keep doing this till his dad finally lets him be the WWE champion for a while?
Who knows, man? I mean, he's the best in the world right now.
He is because he won. But like, why are they making that happen?
I don't know.
Like,
But it's cool because Shane's got to be what, in his 40s. He's still in
50,
shape. How about those Jordans he was rocking though? Those Jordans were dope. I'm not a huge sneaker guy, but those were some dope sneakers.
I think he gets like custom kicks. Like,
he
for
does.
every every Super Nintendo for every pay-per-view he does.
Now you're playing with power. He did. I think he went for 2 Van Terminators, or as they like to call it, the coast to coast.
Yeah.
He landed one on Dolph Ziggler. It was pretty nice. He did a elbow off the top rope on the announce team table to Braun Strowman. That was pretty filthy. It was man.
I mean, like, he can still.
He's
do
good for that shit, dude.
Good spots, but it's like
That's all he does.
Yeah.
Other than that, his
Why?
striking sucks. I mean, it's like he
They
goes up, tries to do that.
They
fury.
try to make it sound like he's
boxing.
the greatest striker in the world, and it looks so fake.
Sloppy.
It does. It's a Ronda's is spot on, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And Shinsuke's too, man. Shinsuke's was good. There's another match we'll kind of backpedal real quick. Shinsuke Nakamura, the United States champion, versus Seth Rollins, Intercontinental champion. I thought it was a pretty damn good match.
It was, yeah.
Except I could not get over the fucking fact that Shinsuke was blue as fuck. He was bluer than my balls that time when she said no. Oh man, it was bad.
Yeah.
Blue Tista was jealous. He was so blue. He could have been the next member of the Blue World Order.
Do you remember that time you were sure we saw the Blue Meanie at Buffalo Wild Wings?
It turned out to be some fat dude from Lake Station.
This was like in where was that at?
Charlotte,
and it was
Ooh.
and it was like it was just some old guy.
with a mohawk.
With
it
a
was
mohawk.
a fat guy, fat old guy with a mohawk. And I'm like, that's Blue Meanie,
He
dude.
was so sure it was Blue Meanie. I'm like, stop.
Like, go up to him, ask him, how Stevie Richards is doing.
Yeah, he's doing great. Stevie Richards in great shape still, man. Oh yeah, dude. He does that DDP yoga, and he was on something before DDP yoga came along. You can't tell the dude's aged. It's very nice. Shout out to Big Stevie Cool
And the Blue Meanie.
and the Blue Meanie, who used to be married to what was her name, Yasmin St. Clair or whatever, Jasmine St. Clair.
Oh,
Ex-porn
really?
star. Yeah, in ECW.
Nice.
They liked their porn back in ECW.
They did very much.
As
so.
did I, still to this day. Check out that fire stick. Getting back to the Survivor Series men's match. The whole story with that was the Raw team was fighting each other, and you thought they were going to implode, and they ended up not imploding. Rey Mysterio gets a Braun came in and eliminated Mysterio, Jeff Hardy, and I think someone else like lickety split.
Yeah. Who did Mysterio take out? Because he took one person.
wasn't it?
Yeah.
Was it Dolph? I thought Shane did Dolph.
No, it was Shane. Shane took out Dolph, but Rey Mysterio got one person out.
Yeah, he got somebody.
Who was the other guy on the Raw team? Because the three big guys didn't get eliminated.
No, Lashley was there at the end. Drew McIntyre, who they're getting ready to push real hard. I don't know if you guys caught that,
Yeah.
but my sources tell me that he's going to be in the main event picture sooner rather than later. I don't mind it. I like Drew. I hated him with that 3MB shit back in the day, but I think he left and proved himself on the indies, dude, in various promotions, I think.
I got kids, man. I love Heath Slater. Right now.
Oh, yeah. Who? Where the hell's he been? Where's Rhino, you know?
Dude, those vignettes with them and him and the cheese.
The
whiz,
cheese and crackers, and they're in
that
like the
was
trailer home or
awesome.
something. It was cool. It was funny, but it's like at the same time, it's like, damn it, man, this fucking Rhino. He was the last real ECW champion. This is what he's doing now. He's got a buddy who has kids. Yeah, the
And
nightcap.
he ran for state congress or something like that.
Rhino did?
Yeah,
Rhino
for Michigan.
Ran for
Oh,
as like a
yeah,
representative.
I
in
think he
Michigan.
did.
He did not win.
No, he's not Glenn Jacobs.
Well, he
you know?
didn't get the Undertaker to come do a free signing. That's what it was.
Is that what? Did that really happen?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what Kane did for That's how he won.
How dirty does the fucking politics gotta get? I'm sorry for being on the table, but goddamn! Shit. Glenn, you're a naughty boy. Naughty, naughty, naughty Republican. Damn it. You guys just ruined my night.
I'm sorry.
Ben, real quick. Survivor Series.
Yes.
Rating.
I don't know. Probably, it's probably 6 or 7.
Okay. I like that opinion.
I give it a 5.
All right. I like that one too. Because the more I think about it, it was kind of stanky, but it was all right. You know? So let's wash ourselves clean of that Rudy poo nastiness. And let's get into what you guys are up to and what you're doing in the region as far as entertainment and entrepreneurship.
Nice.
Yeah, you like that? Big words.
Yeah.
I got them when I'm not botching them. Speaking of botching.
Yeah. Oh, we have a
nice segue.
Wow.
I saw what you did there. That was
Juice got it.
We have a comic book that we did called Botched.
Yeah. Give me a little bit of history
Well,
in 2 minutes.
yeah, I
Tell me your
wrote-
life story in 5 minutes.
Oh, don't bring no. Okay. We'll let that one go.
Ooh, I just did.
But I actually wrote it at a convention that wasn't going well, and so I just sat there and wrote a wrestling comic.
Nice. So you guys, you do a lot of the conventions. I
Yeah.
mean, you guys
Oh, yeah.
comic fans your whole lives and stuff.
He was.
Yeah. I'm a big comic nerd myself. I got
Like I
couple
didn't
thousand.
grow up with it. Like pretty much everything I grew up with was the devil.
Nice. Nice.
Like I'm pretty sure there was a reason why I wasn't.
I respect our Lord and Savior.
Wasn't allowed to read that, and so like I didn't really discover it till I was a little older. But yeah, I've been a comic fan for a long time now.
So you guys, you go to Wizard World, any of that?
We used to.
We used to
Yeah.
do the Wizard
It's
World.
too damn
The
expensive now.
The Wizard World now
Oh,
isn't really
man.
as much for comic creators anymore.
Right.
It's more about like the autographs
autograph con.
and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
So they're not really profitable to be there as a creator. But we do a lot of the other shows and stuff like that.
Has you guys ever been out to San Diego Comic Con? Any?
We haven't done that one yet.
No,
That's
we-
Is that a bucket list deal or what?
Yeah.
I mean, it is, but it's like you got to have money because
Yeah.
like the hotels are ridiculously jacked up prices and tables expensive and
Ladders, chairs.
Yeah.
Oh my.
It's really expensive out there. But we did New York,
Nice.
so
nice.
that one was a lot of fun.
Yeah. That was.
And who's
crazy.
the not because I kind of derailed you from your description
It's
of
okay.
your project, but who's the most famous artist you ever met?
I met Neil Adams,
Nice.
who did like redesigned Batman, created
Yep.
John Stewart, Green Lantern, and stuff like that. I also met Scott Snyder, who wrote the new Batman stuff. So
Nice.
For me,
Yeah.
Stanley, Jim
Oh,
Lee,
man.
Todd McFarlane,
Nice.
Frank Miller.
Nice.
Met like all the heavy hitters.
Fucking dork. Sorry, I love it. It's all legends and real
Oh,
quick.
man.
I never squeezed it out last episode, so R.I.P. to Stan Lee.
Oh yeah.
So yeah,
That was rough, man.
Yeah.
That was rough.
made me real lamp, real
You
soft.
text me like right after I read the thing. It was
Yeah.
like, dude, Stanley died, and I'm like,
Sucks, man. I thought he was immortal more than anybody ever, but I guess not. So going back to your book Botched, you were sitting there
yeah.
thinking,
And
what
so
the fuck?
I'm like, yeah. So I was like, I started coming up with these ideas, and I started pitching it to him, and
And real quick, let's kind of give the people a little fill in of what you do, as opposed to what Julio does.
basically I write
Like who pitches, who catches.
anyhow. So I write like a script like you would for a movie,
Right.
And then Julio will like if it's a book we're working on together on that he'll draw it. And, like he writes some of his own stuff too.
Okay, but you're mainly
I'm just a
writer,
writer.
artist combo.
I can't draw.
Okay,
So, yeah, I put a picture up of like this is why I did some art I was painting with my daughter and put a picture up of like this is why I don't draw my own books, and people are like, oh, your daughter's art's really nice. I'm like, no, that was not done by a 4-year-old. That was done by me.
all right.
So yeah, so I wrote this story, and it's basically about a wrestler who, in the finish of a match, it's botched and he gets his neck broken, and then he has to go to purgatory and fight, death in a steel cage to see if he gets to come back or not. And
Nice. Now, is this book still available anywhere? Is
Why,
it
yes.
a one shot?
Yes, it is. You can get it on
Plug.
GorillaPublishingGroup.com.
Really?
Yes.
All right.
Or digitally on ComicCentral.com.
Yes.
Oh yeah, a lot. You guys read comics digitally now? I can't do it.
That's not me, but like I know there's a lot of people that like to do that now. So I mean, obviously we want to give them a chance to read it too. But like,
Yeah.
like we don't really. I don't.
So you're not going to give any spoilers.
Oh well,
Do you guys have copies still? I mean, can I get a copy? What's
Yeah,
up with it?
we'll bring you some copies.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
Maybe we should get some down at the Green Door bookstore.
That would be lovely.
That would be
Yeah.
nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
We all just stare.
At this big green man.
I know a guy over there.
I'm sure you do.
But yeah, so I mean, we put a lot of like fun wrestling stuff, and like with a lot of like other artists and stuff, I always like try to include like little links and stuff to like kind of what I'm talking about.
Right.
And so I'm like, this is like for him, I did the same thing, but he didn't need the links. Like this, I'm like, this is when like this happened with the Macho Man and Jake the Snake, and he's like, yeah, I don't need the link for that.
right. He
You
just
know?
knows. What's it? The Cobra?
It was,
Yeah.
it was.
Biting him. It's pretty gnarly.
Yeah, so like we had a scene where like a snake comes out of
Yeah.
Death's eye and bites the guy on the arm. And
Nice.
stuff.
Nice.
Where's
the snake?
So yeah, I mean it was a lot of fun stuff. We made fun of John Cena, which is always fun. Jesus is there and he wears a No PG era T-shirt.
Nice. Not a fan. Jesus, not a fan.
So yeah, it was fun.
I was going back and looking at stuff. You'd made me draw the "you can't see me" like hand signal 3 times.
Closet
Oh,
fan.
what?
Closet fan.
Part of it is
Oh,
like,
you
I like
didn't know?
like mess with him.
In 3 different stories, he's made me draw this.
I only remember 2.
doing it, and I'm just like, what the hell?
I
Nice.
remember 2. I made you do it in the Nerd Life one when the guy gets kicked out when they're watching ROH.
Yeah, and then,
Nerd Life. So you guys.
Okay.
Oh, it's a couple more of your guys' books. you got going.
Nerd Life was really a web comic kind of thing that we've put into some of the other like anthologies we've done. And it's just about like nerdy kids, but from the hood. So they kind of really don't fit anywhere because like they don't fit like with the white nerd kids like from the suburbs, and they don't fit
with the hood kids.
with the hood kids. So they're just kind of like on their own, like playing Dungeons and Dragons and watching wrestling and stuff like that.
Nice.
And so, yeah, one of the kids gets real mad because they're watching Christopher Daniels
when he went over
at
Final Battle, I think.
Oh, for the world title?
for the
Yep.
world title.
Yeah.
And like they're getting like really excited. And the other guy's like, "Oh, this isn't real wrestling. It's not WWE." They get mad and they
nice.
like kick him out. But what was the other time?
I don't know.
Was it
I
at
don't
band camp?
remember. No, I'm back.
No, it was yeah, because
No flutes, man.
Because
No
I made him do. I made Death does the no see me thing, and like Gabriel, who's the announcer, is like, I hate when he does that.
Nice. What do you guys currently have in the works?
I've got a book coming out next month called Kanisha. It's a lot more serious, more realistic. It's about a young girl whose brother's killed by the police. Takes place in Gary, Indiana, where I'm from. So, and it, kind of like how she should deal with that, and kind of showing the 2 paths that she can kind of take with that.
You should make it a pick your path book.
I'll pick choose
Do
your
they
own,
do that with comics?
choose
would
your
be
own
cool.
adventure.
Yeah,
That'd be
be
a lot of work, but yeah, choose your own adventure book or whatever.
Yeah. Don't use that now because you're gonna have to include me in there.
And then you've got your
Yeah. So we got the collection of the Epic Misadventures of Death Bag, Holier Than Now. That comes out physically next week, November 28th.
Where you guys in the local comic retailers around here?
Yeah, we mostly deal with Creative Comics and Griffith.
Yeah, nice. I met Big Papa Pump, Scott Steiner. Yeah. I met him there.
Did he make you do math?
No, he came in though, and I remember asking, "Who's the guy that runs it?" Jim
yeah.
O'Rourke or what's his
Jim
last
Rome.
name? Jim Rome. Yeah, I always think of that ESPN dude for some reason. Anyways, I was asking him. I was like, "Hey man, is Scott in a good mood?" He's like, "Oh, I guess we'll find out." And he's walking in there. He don't say shit. Where's the damn bathroom? Me and my brother. Where's my brother? Oh, fat asses. You like that? It's a good Scotty, isn't it?
Sounds like Scott Steiner. I thought it was here.
Yeah, so I met him up there. They have a cool little store up there.
Yeah.
They do quite a bit as far as having wrestlers and comic artists and other things.
I mean,
up there.
he's really cool about like letting indie guys come in there for comic books and stuff like that. And we that's where we both go to like buy the comics we read too, and
Right.
stuff. So
you guys don't do any 10th Planet?
We've done 10th Planet before.
done that.
Yeah,
We're trying to get into Greg's.
we're trying to get into
Galactic
Greg's
Greg.
too.
Nice. You guys are out there listening, Galactic Grace. Come on, hook these guys up.
We would love to be in your shops.
I mean, I did do a signing at Greg's once with when I had my first book come out with Corey, because that's kind of like the shop that Corey Hampshire.
And there you go.
That's kind of
It's worked for a lot of guys. Image, Marvel.
Yeah.
Has he done DC too?
Yeah, he did. He did that Deathstroke book.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, we were trying to get in all those local shops. Maybe do some more, even in Chicago and stuff like that too. So
Yeah, so we got Death Bag coming out next week. It's basically a funny version of the Grim Reaper.
Okay.
So it's him dealing with everyday human life. So
Yeah.
him dealing with traffic, waiting in line for concerts and stuff like that. His favorite band is Panlayer,
Okay.
which is Pantera and Slayer, and it's fronted by Lemmy.
Nice.
So it's him going to the concert, him going to Comic-Con, him going to the movies and dealing with people talking during the movie.
Like, so you just get super pissed and say, hey, no, it's not your
He
time.
kills him. But yeah, exactly. You read the book. You made the sound noise.
I felt like I lived this book.
So
never find the bodies.
So we got that, and then we have a Kickstarter for the latest project called Book of Voices.
Yeah, how can people support that?
Go to Kickstarter.com. There is a search bar, and just type in Book of Voices.
Nice.
And it's 56 different vocalists from different eras and genres of music who affected me personally. So you have anybody from Run the Jewels to Slipknot to
Nice.
Pink Floyd to Johnny Cash. Who else we got in there?
Got any Chris Cornell on there?
No, I have Lane from Alice in Chains.
Alice in Chains, good pick.
So him, Rooster was my jam when I was a kid, man. I don't know, just that bass line and just that opening line, ain't finding a way to kill me yet.
Yeah,
It was
it's a good
like,
song.
Holy shit, man.
you got Jizza and
Yeah, I got like 4 members of Wu-Tang in there.
Nice.
Q-Tip from
Q-Tip. I remember
Dude,
Q-Tip,
man.
yeah. It's a little old school.
Yeah, so I got Busta in it, Biz Markie.
Got any Ghetto Boys in there?
Nah, man, not yet.
Rev Run.
Rev Run, DMC, Robert Daltrey, or not Robert Daltrey,
Robert Adultery.
Roger Daltrey, Roger Waters.
They won't get food again. Yeah.
So we go all over the place, man, with this book. And like I said, it's people who affected me. So like Fred, I got a lot of like crap for having Fred Durst in the book.
Oh God.
But
Bring it on.
that's all he does. That's how you do your Fred Durst.
Yeah, I mean, I remember when I found out that Julio was a closet Limp Bizkit fan.
No, I am not a closet Limp Bizkit fan.
It's like I'm open door policy.
And so we were riding in the car. I'm like,
Golden Cobra.
is this
that album sucked.
I'm surprised I even knew it.
Is this Limp Bizkit? And he's like, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, you like Limp Bizkit? And
Did you see Shaggy Two Dope drop kick him recently?
That shit was funny. He just turns around like, the fuck just happened?
Yeah. And then who was it? Who's their DJ? He's the guy from House of Pain.
DJ Lethal.
Yeah, he was talking shit in a like TMZ video or something
Really?
about it. He's like, you ain't shit. Fuck you. Like, come on, DJ Lethal, you old motherfucker. What are you gonna do? You know? Jesus.
Yeah, so we're like at 82% right there. We're trying to raise $700, and that goes to printing the book and shipping it out to people. And we're like at $591 right now.
Nice,
Is about, and we only launched Friday.
Okay.
So that's cool. We got people from the States, of course. Someone from Spain backed the book, Canada.
Nice.
So it's
we got listeners out there everywhere. So you guys out there listening, support these guys. Go to these links. Toss your wallets at them. Help them out. They're just trying to make it like we all are.
So, yeah, and then we'll have another project, a Halloween project coming out in October 2019 called Tales from the Cryptic Closet. We team with our buddy Vinny. I'm I always butcher his last name.
Caliuto?
Nah, I can't say it should be because then he'll
I don't know.
I don't know.
Malave?
I was going to ask you guys too if you had any like horror, like straight up horror based.
And that's what
That's what it's
coming
gonna be. It's gonna be like a horror anthology.
Nice.
A love letter to Creep Show.
Creep Show, Tales from the Crypt. Yeah.
So our buddy Vinny runs Cryptic Closet Clothing, and he does a bunch of pop culture, mainly like horror stuff.
Where's he based out of?
Chicago.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and I proudly wear his hat now.
Yeah, like I have a shirt that he did. It's like
Do you have? I don't have my glasses.
but like he did a mashup between Chucky, and Child's Play, and Childish Gambino.
Oh,
So and he did like post Ghost Malone.
Jesus! All these face tattoos, man, killing me.
The main one that he gets a lot because it's Chicago area is Alkaline Trio. So it's the alkaline trio symbol with Danny Trejo in the middle. So
Nice.
But he pitched the idea of, hey man, I really want to do a book, and I wanted to do a love letter to Creep Show. And
Nice. Now,
Tales
are
from
you
the
guys?
Crypt
You're
and all.
both gonna be. You're gonna be writing.
Yeah,
for
we're
this,
teaming
Brian?
up again for a story called Carnies.
Yeah.
And then we have a bunch of other guys attached to the book as well. There's going to be I can't say the name of the guy, but
Is
there's
he big time?
Yeah, who's going to write the foreword for the book?
Really?
Yeah, so we're looking forward to that. We're holding meetings and whatnot, and if it goes over well,
I had to throw it.
WrestleMania 22.
Yeah, there you go. That's Chicago. Butch Man Lee, who's a somewhat regular on the show here, went to the pancakes and bicep shit they had there in Chicago. It's supposed to be a breakfast with the wrestlers and shit. And he gets there, he pays this exorbitant amount of money for it. And there was like, it might have been someone like, I don't even know who was still there at the time, like the Hurricane or somebody. And that was it.
Oh,
Yeah. So sorry.
Road Dogg.
and well,
You didn't know?
Vinny's a big wrestling guy too. He wrote
Really?
in the new Deathbag book. He wrote Deathbag Goes to Grapplemania.
Okay.
And he wrestles Bake the Cake Roberts. Yep, and Cold Stone Steve Ice Cream making an appearance as well.
Nice.
A lot of puns.
Yeah, I like
with
it,
us.
puns.
So yeah, he was like, "Hey, let's make this book," and we're like, "All right, cool." So the goal is to have this as an annual book. So every year from Guerrilla Publishing will be a Tales
Around
from the
Halloween
Crypt.
time? Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah,
I could dig
so-
it. Dig it.
So we have Bill Hallier from Dark Horse Comics and
Nice.
Moonstone Comics attached. We have Ashley Esper from Skulls and Sketches. Of course, Ben Miller and I, Vinny's going to do it. Anthony Cleveland from Arterna. And Silverskin. He did Silverskin. It's like a werewolf comic. He's going to be in it. Jorge Garza of I'm going to botch his stuff too. But his stuff is really dope, man.
He does like
name sounds familiar.
He does like a
Aztec
mixture with like pop culture looking
Okay.
stuff. It's really
He
cool.
did that. You ever see? It says Friday the 13th, and it's Craig and Smokey running away from Jason. That's his.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
So we have him attached, and probably like 2 more people probably in the works to get them on. But we're slowly building it and whatnot. And like I said, we'll probably be running a Kickstarter for that too.
Cool.
To kind of get, just to cover print. And then October 2019, that's what we'll be fully promoting.
Yeah, I have another book that's been in development for
Gunwork.
Yeah, called Gunwork. It's been in development forever. Just because the artist isn't getting his work done.
It's like the Crow movie.
It's
Do you want to toss him under the fucking bus right now? Go ahead, let the world know.
But no, I'm not gonna say his name.
All right.
until it's done.
Got it.
He's got like 7 or 8 more pages left to do. It's a graphic novel, and it's a hitman love story in the Prohibition era, and it's like these 2 hitmen are like they fall in love, but
Wait, 2 hitmen?
well, one's
Hitman
a
and
hitman,
hitwoman.
hitman and hitwoman.
Oh, okay. I thought you were just trying to keep it with modern times. That's all right.
No, but like they're in love or whatever. But like she's a black girl, he's a white guy in the Chicago outfit, and so there's all sorts of interesting issues with that. But yeah, I mean, hopefully it gets done soon.
Yeah. Well, we'd like to see
It was
the
supposed to be
finished
done.
product.
It was
Come
supposed-
on, man.
It was supposed to be done for C2E2 2016.
Okay.
And
So-
we're going into C2E2 2019.
It'll be
Yeah.
C2E2 2019.
So you guys do C2E2
Yeah,
and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do that.
Is that like the biggest one you guys do other than New York?
Yeah, I mean that one's pretty big. We did Heroes, which was pretty big
in Charlotte. Yeah.
in Charlotte.
Do our home show, NWI Comic Con.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, where's that? Is that Dyer or
Cherville.
Cherville, yeah, at the Halls of St. George.
When does that happen? Because I always miss that.
February.
The last weekend, last Saturday of February. So that
Okay.
it's the 28th this year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So it's
Yeah. That show's usually our best show.
it was, and it's a lot of fun
Yeah.
because we're all there. We don't have to travel for it.
Oh yeah.
So I mean,
It's sort of like whenever I had a gig that was local, it's like, I'm getting
I've
wasted.
been there the last 2 years, and it's actually really cool.
Really?
I was really
Yeah.
surprised. Somebody told me, go, you'll be surprised, and I did. There's a lot of cosplay. There's a lot of awesome artists.
yeah.
Like
Well-
and everybody's really cool.
Nice. It's like you can kind of come and have your own Wizard World or C2E2 or Comic Con locally, because there is enough
Yeah.
like you guys. There's people out there doing this shit.
Oh yeah,
you know.
man. In this region, it's fucking insane.
Yeah.
So
There's
we
a lot of
run
good
in a crew called the Lab, and it's all comic creators from here.
Nice.
Yeah.
How many of you are there? Is it like Village of the Damned style, or is it just a bunch of
We just-
blonde kids?
Kind of a little
Yes.
bit.
yeah.
You guys all wear wigs and like weird outfits and
Just
shit.
walk in, yell lush every time we sell
Do
something.
Christopher walk in?
There's about 10 to 15 of us, and it's all creators, writers, painters. It's basically any kind of art form.
Nice. Well,
Yeah.
you guys do any zines at all? This Green Door does. You guys have a zine
Oh yeah,
night,
we were
right,
at
Sreten?
Zine
were at Zine
Fest in
Fest.
Michigan City. So thank you
but-
guys for that.
but yeah, we
Mythos and Green Door.
We didn't. We have not done a zine as of yet.
Yeah.
No,
Not yet.
but like,
So you're promising me that you're going to, right?
I might end up in there somewhere.
yeah, I don't,
That's
yeah,
what I
don't
say
know.
every night. Somewhere I'll fit in, baby.
But yeah, I mean, it's been a lot of fun to see other people in the area, in the region, or whatever. We have some connections with some other people, like from Indianapolis and
Right.
Chicago and stuff.
Yeah,
too.
that's how big our thing. I
Yeah.
think it goes all the way. Yeah, it goes all the way to Indianapolis. We have like 2 or 3 members in it, like in the burbs of Indianapolis.
Yeah.
Yeah, so when we go do Indiana Comic Con, which is in Indianapolis, we're
You
still
got a place
strong.
to crash.
Yeah,
Oh
we
yeah.
do.
We're staying at Skills House again.
Yeah, love your skills. But yeah, we have guys down there, so it's branching up. Like we actually all did a book last year,
Was that last year? No, it's 2 years ago.
2 years ago, called Lush, and the cover is just a beer can, and it's like
Oh.
craft brewed comics.
So you guys knew Chris Montez,
Why does that sound familiar?
guitar player for Crypt.
Oh, okay, that's why it sounds familiar.
Lives the part. Love
we-
you, Chris.
We did that as an anthology, like, hey, let's all get together, make a book, and we did it, and it was awesome because we were all in Artist Alley at NWI Comic Con, right next to each other.
That's cool. That's like I like. I've been telling Sreten, like we should have members only jackets, and like when we roll in these wrestling events or something, like roll deep with a group, like Bullet Club style.
Have Juice Pro Wrestling shirts
right.
on, that'd be dope.
Fuck with us.
But yeah, man, it was good because it doesn't just like promote me or Miller, it promotes everybody. So if they bought one off of Jack Gonzalez, then you want to get, a lot of dudes just want to get that book signed. So you went through everybody and saw everybody's different work and what they were capable of doing. It was just putting the word out there.
Nice.
And exposing them to like different types, because it's like 8 stories, 12 different creatives, writers, fine artists. Lisa Jones is a fine artist, and she did a comic book with us, and it was just really weird. But I mean, she fed in. Topher Kirby has like a weird abstract style, and he opens the book up, and then Bill
Is he
Howard.
related to Jack Kirby?
Nah, Skills would love that though.
Yeah.
So it was really good, man. Well, I'm kind of biased saying it's really good, but it was a good sensation at the moment.
Right.
You know,
You
and
got,
it was-
yeah,
it
you
was
guys
a lot
got
of
your
fun.
clique. It's a lot of creative people getting
Yeah.
together. That's like we try to get going. Sreten's trying to spearhead that movement in downtown Hobart.
Trying.
Trying.
it's
Trying to
work,
get
man.
people-
It's a lot of work.
A
Yeah,
little bit of work.
just a little bit. But hey, it's all working out for the best. We get, like you guys come down here, like, hey, Ben, you were saying that I didn't know there was a lot of the shit even down here.
Yeah, I mean, like, I've lived next, like, just really close to here forever, and it's like I had no idea that it was even here.
Oh yeah, it's here.
Dairy Queen.
And a bunch of buildings that are vacated.
Sounds like Gary.
That's
It's
where
not that
where I
bad.
live.
No. It's coming up.
There are 4 abandoned houses
Yeah.
on my block.
I grew up in this town, and it was the downtown, the commerce. It was a ghost town, man. And this is like finally. Now is the time where you're finally starting to see things like shout out to our buddy Teddy and who owns Montego Bay, which is a great Caribbean restaurant right down the block next to End Zone. Was it in some barbershop or something too down there? You got that. You got the Librarium Cafe, which is like a Harry Potter-esque themed
Oh, nice.
coffee shop, which is pretty cool. Obviously, you got the art theater where they're rocking out to Max Sabbath tonight. And,
Damn it.
Three Monkeys Pub, and especially the Green Door Bookstore, which is located in my old stomping grounds. It used to be Friendly Frank's Comics.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
I don't know if you guys remember Friendly Frank's.
I
back in the day.
heard that was the joint.
It was, dude. It was off the Chisane, as the kids like to say these days. And then after that, it was a little history of Hobart for you. Excalibur. I know you guys know about Excalibur, right? Some comic dudes. You don't know about Excalibur Comics? No. Used to be a big one on Portage, a little strip mall where like Fuji and stuff is at.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. And now the Green Door's here to slay.
Sometimes at night when it's really quiet and the lights are off, you can hear Frank walking around.
But he's walking around real friendly, real hard, real soft.
Yeah. How can I help you?
That's fucked up.
Is he still alive?
I
don't know anything. I'm just assuming there was a man named Frank that owned the comic book
I
store.
can't.
don't know
I
anything.
can't even remember myself if that's what it was named after. I was a young kid. I was going there buying like the first line of early '90s, late '80s Marvel action figures, like the Doctor Doom with the wind-up hand.
Toy Biz stuff, man.
Yeah, the Toy Biz, exactly.
Yeah.
Which later turned into I think like Marvel Toys or something before they sold out. Yeah, because they were making TNA wrestling figures for a while when TNA first got going. Yeah, they had some really cool figures though. The Spider-Man with the suction cups, the Punisher. I think he had like a cap thing, like you'd put the cap gun strips in his back and pull it, and it's
I think Venom came with ooze.
Yeah, Venom. The Venom was badass, dude. He was. Yeah, that was a type.
I remember
Venom.
that you could stick it in his chest and they had a little pump thing.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
That shit's gross.
Yeah, it was gross. It's like symbiote or not.
And then McFarlane started his business and
Oh,
blew
man.
everybody else out of the
Oh,
water.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's like NECA and was it Misco or there's
Misco.
Misco. I think they were all after McFarlane though. Right?
Yeah. After that movie Maniac stuff kind of died off when he was done
Dude,
with
that was
and the
great. I
Torture
had
Souls.
the Clive Barker shit.
Yeah.
I had the Freddy Krueger, and he did some rock. I like his rock figures. I had the Jim Morrison figure, which is I think it's actually worth a decent penny right now. The Jimi Hendrix one, both of them got stolen from me, so that sucks because I totally would have sold them bitches. Right? Done them. But yeah, McFarlane kind of started the game as far as like detailed action figures.
Yeah.
But I also do remember being a kid and having the first Spawn series, and they weren't that detailed, dude.
no,
It was like kind of old school because like you only had like 4-5 points of articulation, and like, but it was his first venture into it, you know. So you can't hate on him too much, except for that Violator that was a bendy.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that Violator was weird looking.
Yeah, there you go. Here we go. Sreten whipping out the OG
Oh,
Spawn
nice.
figure. I remember when I was a kid for Christmas, I had already had this figure, and somebody had gotten me another one, so I had two. And back in the day, I had this comic character I created called Shrapnel,
Nice.
and it was somewhat Spawn-esque, and he could basically generate shards of shrapnel metal fragments that would grow out of his body, and it would constantly like just somewhat happen like a disease or something like that. So his costume was just like a gray stitched up suit because he would always have to restitch because sometimes it would just happen, you know. Like, but I remember going through and like trying to mold to make a shrapnel figure out of this because I'm like, man, this would be perfect. He's already got spikes. It kind of looks like him a little bit. I would take a lighter and like melt pieces of his body and like try to super glue shit to him. I was a dumb little kid. But yeah, these figures were badass for the time, man. That medieval Spawn was the shit.
Yeah, and that old school like clamshell packaging they had.
Yeah,
It was like,
dude.
oh, you get a Spawn number 8.
Yeah.
You know. when
Yeah,
you-
and they would come with the comics too, like it was specific for the figure, you know, but it was still cool stuff. Nice, Sreten. Thank you for that. Thank you very much. Hey, do we have time for your little quiz?
A little bit of time.
A little bit of time. You guys want to take a quiz?
Sure.
Mind your own biz. Why is everybody always looking at me? The whiz quiz.
Occasionally, we like to do quick, usually 8 to 10 question,
Real
little
quick.
like game show thing.
Okay.
So let me just put my reading.
Are you
glasses on
ready?
here. And
I was waiting for you to go on trips on that.
Are you ready? Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, Juice Pro Wrestling proudly presents Sreten's fucking Quiz of Destiny. Turn a little bit of Ronnie James Dio.
all right.
Yes.
So I'm going to ask you guys 8 questions.
Yes. Do
All
it
right.
now.
If you know the answer to the question, call out your own name
All right, Juice.
and then answer.
Juice.
The funny thing is, Justin forgets his name all the time.
I always
and
lose.
he pounds on the table as though there is a buzzer. There's never been a buzzer or any sort of thing to make a sound effect.
I'll tell you what, and to make it enticing, you see those guys up there? Because Justin from Three Floyds was here, and he left
Nice.
it. Jake the Snake or Razor Ramon. Whoever wins can pick one of those guys.
It comes full circle all the fucking time.
Every time
Snake Roberts.
Jake the Snake Roberts is involved. He's never done a podcast that didn't discuss Jake the Snake Roberts.
Why?
See who's the best. Trust me.
All right, you guys ready? First question. These questions are based on an article that I read earlier today about big men in wrestling that are seemingly unathletic, fat, and are actually really athletic, but still fat.
Sreten build.
Ben Miller.
He's a stud. I'm just fucking with you guys, ladies. He's a
My
stud.
answer for everything is Ben Miller.
Oh, shit. How disrespectful to your partner.
Cheating. He fucked up my contract.
First two.
Couldn't write that one, could ya?
First two questions are based off of Bam Bam Bigelow. Rest in peace. Ready? I'm in a list. I have to wait till I finish reading the names.
Okay.
There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 names.
Okay.
What is Bam Bam Bigelow's real name?
Justin. Juice.
Hold on. Ready?
Shit.
What did I say? 1, 2, 3,
Said
4,
6.
5, 6. All right. Ready? Is his real name Glenn Bagabarf, Scott Charles Littlehigh, Turd Stuck Ferguson, Drew P. Ballsack, John Clogalatrine, or Scott Charles Bigelow?
Juice.
What's the name?
Scotty Charles, baby.
What's the last name?
Bigelow.
Okay, that's correct. All right, so far, Wallace is winning. Now you get a kind of an.
See, we
idea of
just
how this
we just
not
hustled you guys. I'm really good at this shit. It's not true.
All right, ready? So, number 2. Bam Bam Bigelow performed his final wrestling match on November 7th, 2006 for the American Combat Wrestling promotion with teammate Ralph Mosca, did I say that right? As the Syndicate in a tag team match against Legion Cage and Marcus Hall. What was that tag team's name?
Fuck if I know.
Are you ready?
Oh, you're going to give us a list?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'll put my hands up in the air like this so you guys know that
Wave them around like you just don't
that
care.
I just read all the names. Ready?
Okay.
Was a tag team called Killer Breath, Spinning Fatsos, Two Fucking Old Guys, Grease Fire, The Quebecers, Bebop and Rocksteady,
Juice.
Ashy Elbow Pads, or Overkill?
Juice. Juice.
All right, well,
Overkill.
that is correct.
I just took a guess. I know who the Quebecers are.
Quebecers.
That is not PCO.
All right. There's not that many questions left. Okay, the next wrestler they were going to base this on is Keith Lee. All right, what is Keith Lee's nickname? Now, I'm not 100% sure I got the nickname right, but
Oh God, here we go.
when I lift my
can
hands up in
guess
the air,
anything
you'll know
and we'll
that I
get this
just
right.
said. Ready? So, what is his nickname? Fat Guy Flip Good, Fat Superman, Infinite Hernia, Lunch Meat Breath, Them Tits Look Nice, KK Sweetums, or Limitless?
Juice.
Wait,
Juice.
what is it?
Limitless.
I'm too slow saying my own
Did I
name.
hustle? I think this is the first time I've ever done good at this.
You always start strong and then lose.
That's what she said.
All right, ready?
Womp womp.
Yeah.
Apparently, Keith Lee is 6'3" and over 330 pounds. And one of his special moves is the meteor move. Have you guys ever seen that one? Mm-hmm. He just flying butt slams dudes.
Yeah.
All right.
I see him in NXT right now.
True or false? Keith Lee has the same leotard tailor as Cher and Dr. Phil.
True. Juice.
Julio. False.
Yes, Julio. That is correct.
You didn't say your name, Juice.
God damn it. Who the fuck is this Justin guy?
All right, ready? The next wrestler is Bray Wyatt. Now, some of these are going to get a little easier. Ready? Can any of you guys name the lineage of Bray Wyatt?
Julio.
Yes. Ow. Fuck.
Yes.
IRS.
Who said yes?
He said yes.
Julio, go ahead.
I'm going to go with IRS.
I need 2 names. There are.
Oh, I got you.
There are 4.
Fuck.
I got you. Juice.
But
Do you want to take a
still
stab
got
at
a
it?
chance, yeah.
I just know IRS.
Juice.
You got.
Yeah.
There's 4. All you got to do is name 2.
Michael Rotunda.
That's right. Wait,
Barry
I'm
Windham.
counting. So the names are Blackjack Mulligan. That's his grandfather.
Yes.
I don't know his real name. Mike Rotunda is his dad, and then his uncle's Barry and Kendall Windham.
That is correct.
Okay, I think the score is Juice has 4.
Nobody else has any.
I have 1. You
Yeah.
shut your face.
I have fun for life.
All right, ready?
Thank you, sir.
The next one is kind of rapid fire. There's a possibility to get 2, 4, 6 points.
666 points.
All right, I'm going to say 2 names. You say which one. Sorry, I just threw up. You say which one is Bray Wyatt's. So these are all his aliases.
Oh, okay.
These are his aliases. Ready?
Yes.
So ready. One of these 2. Ready? There's going to be
Not like
6
the other.
rounds or something. One of these 2 was one of his. Ready? Lex Rotunda, Sexy Rotunda.
Juice.
Go ahead.
Lex.
That is correct. Alex Rotundo, Ray Roundbottom.
Julio.
Yes.
Alex.
All right, ready? Axel Stopfart, Axel Mulligan.
Julio.
Go ahead.
Axel Mulligan.
Oh, shit. Okay, ready? Husky Harris, Levi White.
Julio.
Yeah.
He had that one, man. I'm not even going to lie.
He's a fucking gentleman. You know what? I'll give it to
Husky
you.
Harris, Levi Wyatt.
It was Husky Harris.
That's a trick question. It was both.
Oh! So what the fuck does that mean?
That means you don't get any points.
What a crock.
Ready? Next one. Wyndham Rotunda, Wyndham Runmore.
Julio.
Yeah.
Rotunda. William Rotunda.
Oh,
Remember what I'm
Billy.
saying. Ready, last one. William Rotundo, William Ham Sandwich.
Julio.
He got it.
Go ahead.
Did Julio get it? No, it was you, man. He made me
laugh.
ham sandwich. What the fuck? You tell me what is correct.
Wyndham Rotundo. I think I said William. But I did say William Ham Sandwich.
I was just thinking of a ham sandwich. It sounds damn delicious. I'm Van Damme, baby.
Wallace, you're only winning by 2. And we only have 2 questions left.
All right.
The final countdown.
And these are not funny at all. Ready? We'll do them fast.
All right.
True or false? During his teenage years... Oh, the last guy is Kevin Owens.
Okay. Yeah.
So-
Kevin
Yeah,
Steen.
buddy.
Kevin Steen.
True or false? During his teenage years, while watching Monday Night Raw during the Attitude Era, Owens would listen to commentary by...
Julio.
Julio
Jim
did
Ross.
commentary.
to learn English.
Yes.
That is correct.
Fuck out! I told him everything you know. Slobber knocker, pinata.
You're only...
Stone Cold.
Justin,
Stone Cold.
You're only winning by 1.
So, and this is the last question. So we all have a
So
tie.
it's worth...
2 points.
Let's see. What is it? It's like...
5 points. Just do.
Let's just say it's 9-10 right now.
This guy always finds
This-
a way to fuck me.
9-10. This question is worth 11, so everyone has a chance.
All right, Ben. I'm
The
looking
Miller's
at
gonna be
you.
a sleeper hit.
Coming for you, brother.
Just... Also, it's a true and... Wait.
True
Yes.
and false again?
He doesn't even know.
It's a true and false question,
Yes.
so just say your name.
Beyonce.
Wait, when you say true or false, we say our name?
And
Yeah,
say
and then
true or
answer.
false.
Oh, okay.
Ready? Yes.
Kevin Owens. Actually, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 true and false questions. Let's see how it works out.
All right.
Okay.
Let's go.
You'll see. It's the same question 5
okay.
times. Ready? True or false?
I'm lost.
Kevin Owens named his son after Ray Romano.
Julio. No, you had it.
Did
you
I?
had it.
Yeah, you
That's
had it.
false.
That's right. You get 11 points.
You name it after Owen Hart.
Next question is worth 22 points. Ready? Kevin Owens named his son after Donald Duck.
Julio. False.
That is correct. All right, this next question.
the answer,
this next
too.
question is worth 34 points. Ready?
What kind of shit is that?
Kevin Owens named his son after Ernest P. Worrell.
Julio. False.
That's a lot of math. This is the next question, and it is worth 75 points.
I got it.
Bring the noise.
Owen Hart named his son after Hulk Hogan.
True.
I meant to say Juice. God damn it!
He said true. Julio?
You said Owen Hart named his son after Hulk Hogan?
Yeah.
Julio, you're a nice guy, but I fucking hate you.
False, isn't it?
Yeah, that
All
was
right.
false. I don't.
This next and last question is worth 123 points.
What kind of exuberant amount of pleasantry?
Wait, hold on. We did talk about Steiner earlier. So this is Scott Steiner math that he's doing right now.
It always gets back to him and me, and then we try to do it, and nobody knows, cause they're too fat to do math. It's worth 5,000 points, and then my brother, largest artist in the world, with free, you're fat. Surprise is my quiz. All my freaks and my hoochies.
All right, I'll stop yelling.
But you guys love it.
Last question, 123 points, and for all the Owen, Kevin Owens named his son after
Juice.
Owen Hart.
Julio.
Yes?
True.
Fucker. Ah, you sack of shit.
And with the streak of losing continuing, the opposite of the Goldberg streak.
There's a storyline being told here. It's being developed right now.
Apparently we
winner
can't
is
come
Julio.
back.
That's all right.
Congratulations.
Julio, hey, cue the John Cena music.
Oh, what the fuck? I hate
It'll
you,
be in
Ben.
there. Thank you guys for playing the game. And Juice, wanna
Yeah, I'll send us off proper.
send the conclusions?
Yeah. First of all, I'd like to make a little correction from last week because I made a huge botch. For you guys out there on Instagram that are following Juice Pro Wrestling, there is another account you need to follow. It's at Bud_Light here. His name. So real quick, I don't want to run over too much, but real quick, here's the story. Doing some networking online. Butchman Lee hooks me up with this account on Instagram that does these dioramas with action figures.
Oh, nice.
And it's like moments in wrestling history, like whether it's magazine covers or backstage promos or
Yeah, I saw you share that. It was the
the
Stunner.
Stone Cold for episode 32. He was kind enough to lend us his picture for the promo pic for JPW episode 32. So this person is from Rome, Italy. So we got a little bit of international flair here at Juice Pro Wrestling. So I'm talking to him via chat, message, whatever you want to call it, whatever it is on Instagram. And I'm like, hey, what's your name? And it's like, Andrea. Well, at least it's spelled Andrea, you know, like we're at least us dumb Americans thinking it's Andrea. So I do the show last week, long story short, and basically changed his gender on the fly. So if you, all you people listening out there, if you just need a button or a switch flipped, come to Dr. Juice. I can do it for you. You know, no scissors, no snipping, nothing. But yeah, I'd just like to apologize for that. And you guys, go ahead and follow him. He's got some really sick pictures. And I'd also like to thank him for throwing our logo up on one of his latest dioramas where everybody's backstage partying. And that was pretty badass. This guy's got some killer stuff, and not only does he do wrestling, there's some Street Fighter on there. There's horror stuff, a lot of pop culture stuff. His main shtick is wrestling, but all this stuff is super cool. You guys would geek out over it.
That's awesome.
So if you guys are on Instagram, check it out at Bud_Light here. Once again, that's Bud_Light here, and I'm the Juice, and I'm here to send you off properly. First of all, Ben, Julio, thank you guys for coming out
Oh, thank you, man.
Thanks for having
Appreciate it.
and playing with me today. Me and Sreten,
Yeah,
we're
thank you.
lonely.
Mickey Cross style. I want to play.
Yeah, you caught it. Yeah, you got it. Sreten thought I was just being some dirty pervert in his own mind. That's
Odds
who
were in my favor.
the odds were. Yeah, thank you guys for coming out and sharing what you do. Hopefully, we can get back together sometime and get some stuff going. You know,
Yeah, man. That sounds great.
yeah. It's always good to have local guys that are actually doing something out on the show and doing some things. So, cheers to you guys. This Jim Beam Budweiser's for you. Sorry, Ben, that water's for you. All right, salute. Here, come on, cheers. Oh my God! Oh hell yeah!
Stone Cold.
Stone Cold, my God! He got me started. Barbecue sauce, pinata. Maybe we'll talk about that another time. The Vince Russo era of WCW, because you guys know you want to hear about it. Ah, damn, that's a sweet liqueur. Anyways, Juice Pro Wrestling. We're all over the internet, social media. We're on Instagram at Juice Pro Wrestling. We're on Facebook at Juice Pro Wrestling Podcast. We also have a group on Facebook, which you guys are members of.
Yes,
You can
sir.
join anything wrestling that has anything to do with wrestling. It could be video games, T-shirts, some weird bullshit. I don't care as long as it's associated with wrestling. That's the JPWU, the Juice Pro Wrestling Universe. Join that group. We're on Twitter. You can tweet at JPW Podcast. All over that. I'd like to thank all of my new followers. We're up past 400 right now, which is pretty good. And yeah, all of our listeners around the world, thank you. Thank you very much. I love you so much. You give me pleasures, and I give them back to you, audio-wise. What about where can guys follow? Where can anybody check you guys out, social media-wise?
On Instagram, I'm just at Guerrilla Publishing.
Yeah.
And then you can't use that many characters on Twitter, so it's Guerrilla_Pub.
Oh, you changed it?
You guys are. Am I following you guys? Are we hooked up on?
I think
Twitter?
we are.
I thought we were.
Yeah, I don't know, maybe.
We
No,
fucking
Miller
better
doesn't
be.
count.
We'll
And
fix
then-
it.
Yeah, yeah.
And then on,
we can fix it.
And on Facebook, we're Guerrilla Publishing Group on Facebook. So.
Nice.
Yeah.
So everybody, go check these guys out. Hit up their Kickstarter. Where can they find that at again? One more time.
Kickstarter.com and search Book of Voices.
The Book of Voices. Yeah, get on it. Hey, I love you guys. You guys did a great job tonight. Sreten, not so much. I like to give him shit because he's going to beat me when I'm done anyway. You guys don't see the bruises he leaves on me. They're painful.
It's okay. We call it DCFS later, bro.
That's right. Man, Sreten.
We got your back, bro.
That's right.
Because the jokes are all serious.
Yeah, we joke about serious shit. That's just how we do it in the NWI. Anyways, Ben, Julio, thank you guys.
Thank you, man.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. There's a little thing we like to do at the end of every episode. We like to keep it gangsta AF. You know what we like to do? We like to wet 'em up, wet 'em up, wet 'em up, wet 'em up.
You gonna do sex to me?